Hi, welcome to another interruption. The book of Matthew, chapter 7, 21 through 23 says, "Not everyone who calls out to me, Lord, Lord, will enter the kingdom of heaven. Only those who do the will of my Father. On judgment day, many will say, Lord, Lord, we prophesied in your name. We cast out demons. We did many miracles in your name. But I will reply, I never knew you." Kind of a scary thought. But did you know in the first century, many people were arrested for being Christians? The evidence against them was so overwhelming that they were put to death. Of course, people back then, not unlike today, hated those who followed Christ. Their hatred for Christ ran so deep, they took pleasure in convicting and torturing Christians to death. That was 2,000 years ago. What about us today? If you were arrested for being a Christian, would there be enough evidence to convict you? The jury in our case must be able to distinguish between those who do the Lord's will and those who don't. You know, Peter said he was a follower of Christ, but he failed. He failed the test. In order to avoid personal hardship for his faith, he denied Christ. If Peter were in our trial, he wouldn't have been convicted. He would have been found not guilty of being a Christian at that time. But in all fairness, would we have done any better? You know, what would our jury say if our faith is so shallow that we don't even go to church on Sunday? Something to think about. Can we prove our Christianity to a jury? Would others see Christ in us? I don't know, by our speech? By our works? How about by our attendance at church? By our labor for the lost? By our involvement in church? By our treatment of other people? Or by the fruit we bear for the Lord? Not sure, but another question that I would have to stop and ask is, what would the world look like if all the Christian people acted the same way that we did? Something to think about. Till next time.